Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the eISL, powered by Coca-Cola, with Hero as our associate sponsor, Northern Gaming as our esports partner, PlayStation as our platform partner, and of course, Terra Virtua as our digital collectibles partner. Now, joining me is someone you guys see here every single time, so he needs no introduction. Hey, Azim, what's up, man?
Good. Very good to see you here as well. You walked straight into the business end of the league stage. And speaking of that, let's quickly take you through the tournament format. For all of you who are new to the eISL, what are you doing with your lives? Why have you not been watching it? It's the league stage, of course, culminating on the 13th of March, 3 games per match, 2 1v1s and 1 co-op. Then the top 4 teams will make it to the finals, 19th to 21st of March. And the top 2 team members, it doesn't just end with the team winning. The top 2 team members then battle it out to represent India at FGS 2022.
Yeah, and we're quite close to that mark. Really close to finding out which 4 teams are going to go on and which teams are going to pick up. The thing they're battling for, their motivation as well, besides the FGS, a lot of money on the line here.
Oh, absolutely. It's a grand prize of 15 lakh rupees, of course, which goes all the way down to 2,50,000 for 4th place. But the MVP stakes have been raised quite a bit from the 4 lakh that was originally promised. The players will also get a personalized NFT by Terra Virtua, of course, with everybody jumping onto the NFT bandwagon and ecosystem. Something very cool to add.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't say no to a personalized art piece of myself, especially a one-of-a-kind one, so it definitely adds to that motivation. But hey, you said, like you were saying, I've come into the business end, all teams really close, so let's have a look at the leaderboard, see where all of these teams are. SE East Bengal, not a surprise really, given the way they started back when I was still here. Number 1 on that spot, and they're actually playing today as well, as you.
Yeah, absolutely. But of course, first our attention has to switch to Hyderabad FC going up against NorthEast United FC, who consolidated their position yesterday with a win, now sitting nice and pretty on 22 points, of course, with a game in hand on Jamshedpur FC. But it's still not written in stone that they're going to get there. They could go level on points with Chennai and FC. So now every game absolutely must win for those top 7 teams. And for Hyderabad FC, after a couple of bad results, you would have to say their chances, the top 4 now all but gone except for mathematically. But as long as there's a chance, they'll keep fighting. And let's have a look at our match lineup for today. It's going to be interesting to see who's facing who. It is the big hitters, Adi Zima going up against Imad Rocks. And of course, then we have DK going up against the newly reinvented Mufu, who is abandoned all his old tricks and tactics and skills, and he's just trying to be a meta player to get the results. And let's see if that does work for him. But of course, first up it is Adi Zima, the defensive rock, whose defense has been shaky of late, versus Imad, who's a player in pretty good form right now.
Yeah, and it's quite a stark difference to the result we saw when these teams first faced off against each other. When I feel like, even though NorthEast United was in a great run of form, it was Hyderabad FC who ran away with the points. So we'll have to see if they can switch that around this time, or if it will be a similar tale, a similar story. I'm just excited to find out what does happen in the individual matches, because last time around, Adi Zima, he was able to get the win. But as you did say, recently, his defense does not look like one of the best defenses in the league as it used to be. So we'll see if he can clean that up.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's going up against Imad, who has been scoring goals for fun of late. In the head-to-head, in the goal-scoring charts, obviously these 2 teams are pretty well matched. But for Hyderabad FC, I think the problems have been more in the defensive end, and also in terms of a little bit of consistency, you would have to say. And as you mentioned, CL, let us quickly take a look at what happened in the last matchup between these 2 teams. Of course, it was Adi Zima who grabbed the win. 2-0, Mufu and DK drawing, and of course then Hyderabad FC managing to close it out with that 3-0 win in co-op. So a bit of revenge on the cards as well. And of course, for NorthEast United FC, they could claim to have the last laugh, because they're the ones fighting for that top 4. And Hyderabad FC, unfortunately for them, sitting just one off the bottom.
Yeah, I think for them it's now a matter of getting some redemption, ending the eISL off on a high note, whereas on the other side, NorthEast United, they're trying to make a bit of a late run, I would say, considering that their top 4 still looks pretty jam-packed. Maybe they can actually push forward, especially with that recent run of form, as you mentioned, that Imad has been feeling. But hey, with no further ado, I think we're just about ready for the match, so let's get it going.
Yeah, and of course we have the one trend of the eISL so far has been that that top spot has been cursed, and this is actually the first week that SC East Bengal
Yeah.
are sitting on the top. So Northeast United FC, they've been on the top and found themselves out of the top four. Jamshedpur FC been on top, out of the top four. Chennai and FC could well be out of the top four. FC Goa have fallen out of the top four. So everyone I think has been hoping and praying for the day that SC East Bengal would take the top spot, so that they would drop a few points as well. But of course, since yesterday, these players have had their accounts further unlocked to get the new shiny blue Team of the Year cards available, and that's why you can see the meta has changed quite a lot. Ronaldo, Messi back in the team. Kevin De Bruyne, Jorginho has been a very popular pick as well, and we do see now Northeast United FC in their away white kit, taking it to Hyderabad FC in red, who are of course kicking from left to right. We see Hakimi over there as well. So lots has changed in just a short week.
Yeah, and what's especially interesting is like the one thing that doesn't change is of course the anchor sitting in midfield. Ruud Gullit's still very much there. It's like a trend through every single FIFA game that I've noticed. But talking about trends right now, both of these players we expect to be very much composed in their playstyle. They like to go for the slow build-up, play around it. So we'll have to see how each is able to break into their defense, because it's usually that first strike, that first goal that then changes up the flow of the game, changes that tempo, and starts really unlocking each and every part of the team now. Adizim actually with a nice build up. He's got that 1-2 set up, but he's not going to go for the risky ball just yet.
Yeah, Adizima, of course, I think he can play with a bit more freedom now. There's not that much to lose, but Imad finds that ball in. He's got Pele in with a great chance. Time finish into the corner. No messing about from Imad. He wants to get into that top four. He wants to get ahead of Chennai and FC. He wants to make these games at hand count, and that's exactly what we're doing. An early contender for the Terra Virtua super moment of the match right there, as Imad is rocking the generic stadium that they're playing in, and it is 1-0.
Yeah, I have to say, recently I've been facing off against some random stadiums which completely changed my camera perspective, and it just throws me off. So I'm kind of glad that they're playing on a generic stadium.
Yeah, that's true. But now the build-up, of course, for Hyderabad FC. Adizima, usually the kind of player who prefers, I think the game favors him when he has that one goal lead, and then he's has to sit and soak up the pressure and play on the counter attack. That's generally what works for him. But at the moment, he's having to chase the game just a little bit, quite early, still, just 17, 18 minutes played. So enough time for him to make a comeback. And of course, too early for Imad to start sitting back and trying to soak pressure. So, Imad is going to try to be as quick as he can, try to go for those long balls, just as we did see for the goal as well. We see João Cancelo. Of course, one of the few players that I was lucky enough to pack the Champions League, João Cancelo, left back, 89 rated. Plays everywhere across. You can play him in defense, midfield, forward. He's just such an amazingly balanced card. And of course, these guys get access to all of them and make me rather jealous.
Same here. But talking about being jealous right now, I 100% agree with that point about Adizim. I think in general, being that defensive powerhouse too, it does suit him to have that lead. So right now, I think he's got to try to up the tempo. And like having recently talked to the players too, like they seem to try and favor at least attacking a lot more towards the mid half marks, and then holding the ball towards that 45-90 minute mark. I'm not sure if it's placebo or if it's a game effect, but somehow near that 45-90 minute mark, you always get better shots and you manage to score a goal. So let's see, maybe right there, oh, that through ball could have made all the difference. But hey, that's why those blue cards are so good.
Yeah, and 20 minutes later, maybe that through ball would have gone through. But now, Messi on that weaker foot, actually went to the strong foot instead. And we did see a very interesting FIFA Finesse series yesterday from V. Sharma talking about the impact of having a 4-star left foot and a 3-star left foot. And of course, that's the reason why a lot of these players tend to pick Neymar as one of their starters, or definitely a new player who comes off the bench. The new 93 rated Neymar, I think very effective, and of course has a 5-star left foot. So very, very effective. And not effective over there was Adizima's attack, as it goes out for goal kick. Van der Sar still keeping his place, but has been, of course, getting stiff competition from the likes of Casillas, Donnarumma, even a better check we've seen of late, and good pressure there from Adizima to win the ball, but unfortunately nobody to play it to. And Imad nicely passing this around, getting the ball out, and now will be looking for that ball in behind. Three options to choose from. Which will he go for? He goes for the one behind, oddly enough. And clearly not showing any major ambition right now. Doesn't want to take too many risks, and probably makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. He's got the lead. Doesn't want to necessarily give over that lead. Doesn't want to give over the ball really to allow Adizima to create a shot. It takes a random out of the box shot. Oh, I think maybe some issues with the trainer setting. Oh, never mind. But yeah, gets the corner anyway, so it won't matter. I think some sort of setting change is about to happen here, if not for Imad, for Adizima, seems to be quite concentrated on the screen. Maybe even early substitutions, though, that would be quite surprising. So we'll have to see. An early pause is not something we see often, so I am assuming it's more of a technical thing, some settings thing. Maybe he's got a button wrong this whole time. He's like, bro, I've been passing. Bro, kya karu main?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Or maybe I think just an early substitution. I think wanting to get that left foot Messi, maybe he's going to try to go for a few long range shots because, of course, it is crucial now for Hyderabad FC to absolutely win everything. But now brilliant play from Imad and finds the bottom of the net, or rather the roof of the net, with an absolute screamer over there. Completely unexpected the way he took that shot and just flew past the keeper. Imad absolutely showing no mercy here, and he has got a nice 2-goal cushion.
Yeah, it's so well done with the composure in the box as well. Just playing around with that defender and Adizima's heart. And this is why we've been talking about how like I feel like even though Adizima had one of the best defense in the game, maybe these new cards are starting to catch him off guard. The new meta not necessarily settled in yet, and it's a key part of the game, I feel like, Azim. The way you're able to adapt to such a big change, the way you're able to sort of incorporate into your game. Clearly, Imad seems to have taken it on the fly, and he's just feeling himself.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's worked out very well for a lot of players. I think Imad has looked pretty good with the new. Have a look at this from Adizima. Brilliantly worked, but just overplayed a nutmeg there. I don't think he quite intended that. It was just a simple shot fake, but the game making it look a little fancier than it actually was. And now the opportunity to find Ronaldo in behind. Will he go sprinting? Will he search for Mbappe? That back stick goes for the shot, saved by the keeper. And Adizima now can come forward, but he will be kicking himself for not having had that shot on goal there. Will the Hyderabad FC man just overplayed that pass a little bit, and the chance then was gone. As we approach now halftime, we expect to see him holding onto the ball and trying to get that final attack.
I mean, he's definitely got that. The change now on the right wing, you're seeing Messi for that Pele did come on. Again, has the ball in a really nice position in the box, but just can't seem to find the finish. It's almost like there is a bit of a panicky moment right there when Ronaldo got the ball as compared to the composure we saw from Imad for his second goal. Maybe that is the key difference right now between both of these players.
Yeah, I think it's just as you mentioned, it's the composure in that final third inside the box where two chances really, I mean, I think you could say three chances for Imad, and he's made the keeper work with all three of them, of course, scoring with two and forcing the save with the third one. So I think he'll be very pleased with that. Looking for those balls in behind. You can see over there getting Pele on the ball, and of course when you're in that 1v1 situation with a 98 rated card, very rarely going to miss on the strong foot. And very well worked corner routine over here. We've seen quite a few good corner goals scored over the last couple of days, but great feat. Having that shot wasn't really timed to perfection. I would say the time finished, but still effective enough. And Adizima now has his work cut out. Needs to find 3 more goals somehow.
Yeah, and it's going to be a difficult task considering the form Imad seems to be on, where even though Adizima has been able to create a few chances, it does feel like every single time, if he's not scoring off those chances, Imad is continuously back on the counter, and he's so damn good with the finishing so far. But hey, a lot of things can change in the second half, and already you can see Adizima trying to do that, but he will find no success, and it's just back to the same old story. Imad that's a bad giveaway. Never mind.
Yeah, that's a cheap giveaway, but given back away, and now Adizima has the opportunity. Really needs to make some of these count. Of course, the ball roll scoop turn over there, one of the most popular moves, which of course V Sharma did very kindly reveal the secrets and spill the beans about in his FIFA Finesse series. Speaking of finesse, maybe a finesse shot could have been taken over there by Adesima, not taking those shots and allowing the defenders to get back. And now the counter attack is on. If he can spot that pass, he does spot it. Now he'll be looking for Mbappe on that left flank. Acrobatically played forward using Ruud Gullit. It's now 3 or 4v2, but of course defenders getting back very, very quickly. De Bruyne on the ball now with Mbappe, slowly fizzling out, but still the opportunity to find Pele. Again, playing it very safe, going for the high percentage pass, and that's exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah, it does really seem like Imad is in full control, and at this point, the time management factor also comes in, just to add in extra pressure. The run was there over there for Messi, but good pressure from Adesima. He's got the ball back, a couple of options, but instantly the defense is pulled back. You can see Imad is not committing too many members to the attack, knows that he needs to stay back and hold down the scoreline.
Ooh, and a very, very cheap giveaway again over there. We've seen 2 or 3 of these in the second half from Imad. I don't know whether it's just nerves or a factor of Adesima pressing really high. Very, very nervy situations over here, but composed. Managing to get that ball out. Lovely ball played through to Mbappe, but of course the header from Pele not quite working out. And really, these new cards, Mufu was telling us about them in his interview yesterday. Like, some of them are just so good. Even the Ronaldo card, for instance, is good on defense, which, I mean, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
But you do see occasionally in the game things you'd never see in real life. Ronaldo tracking back with a fullback all the way. But that's really what you get when you have Team of the Year cards. And, well, for now, let's get back to the game. A pause has been queued by NorthEast United FC, maybe looking to solidify a little bit.
Yeah, truly fantastical, those cards, but right now it seems like that's exactly what the chances are for Hyderabad in this game, fantasy, because he's just not able to even create those chances that he found in the first half.
Ooh.
Imad getting my blood pressure up high real quick. These giveaways, they're quite concerning, Azim, like all near his own third. Maybe even the discussion there with Mufu, like, bro, why can we just maybe clear it, press B, not pass?
Yeah, I think that's why the pause has been queued by Imad. I think maybe wants to get a little bit more bodies in the box, maybe change his tactical style to commit a few less bodies forward, keep a more possession style of play. And, well, there have been a few disagreements between these two, as Imad said, of course, where Mufu actually turned out to be absolutely right with a tactical switch yesterday, where they were just about hanging on to a 1-0 lead, but then Mufu insisted upon bringing on Robert Lewandowski, who promptly scored 2 brilliant goals, of course, using his strength and the heading ability and, of course, the chest ability. A couple of great goals scored there. So maybe thinking on similar lines over here, we do see a Neymar on for Ronaldo, getting on that 5-star weak foot, opening up a few more shooting angles. And we see Ronaldo on for NorthEast United FC. So it looks like a Ronaldo Nazario has been brought on. A great through ball now to find Ronaldo over there. Can he sprint away from the defender? It's Hakimi, of course, so no mean feat to get away from him. And now the substitute Ronaldo on the ball. Great feat to get away from his defender. Still keeping that ball really well. And now Mbappe has the opportunity. Finds Messi over there. Could have gone for a chip. Goes for a shot. And it is smothered by the keeper.
Yeah, I kind of wish maybe even, if not a chip, even gone for a low-driven shot. Could have sneaked it through maybe. Hey, at this point, Imad will be like, yeah, I don't really care. Has a massive lead, and it needs to be with the next 1 or 2 attacks. Adesima, he needs to find a goal, just like with this perfect through ball. Just go for the weak foot shot, and he does exactly that. But maybe too narrow on the angle, like a second earlier. I can only dream if it would have helped. But once again, Imad is back on the counter, and the hopes are running out for Hyderabad.
Yeah, this could be lights out if he can play it right over here. Again, Imad being very patient. He doesn't want to force it and now finds the right ball. 1v1. Can he beat his man? No is the answer to that question. And again, Adesima will have an opportunity not taken, but gets a bit fortunate with the bounce of the ball. Will he look for that ball in behind? He does find it's a great ball if it lands on the head of Messi, but Ruben Diaz there to save the day.
Again, that blue card coming in clutch. And that, to be fair, against Messi, it's quite easy. What are these giveaways? It's just like, I want to practice defending. I've scored my goals, now you go ahead, attack.
I think it is a case of a bit of nerves right now because, of course, this is a huge result. If he can hang on to it now, Mbappe with that shot. Can he get the shot away? He finds Messi in there, but he is offside. It's not going to count.
That's gonna hurt. I wonder if he could have just maybe taken the shot with Mbappe. Of course, in that moment, you're always going for the guaranteed play rather than the 60 or 70% play. And I can understand the pass itself, but it's that literally it's just that last third box finishing that's separated these players. Talking about that, a great skill. Now finds the pass and the goal. Has barely enough time. Can still draw this. 5 minutes left. Time management has to be clutch for the Madhya.
Oh yeah, and of course Adizima is going to be having that constant pressure, team press, everything, mashing all tactical buttons at this point to win that ball back. And oh my god, he's been given the ball back. He didn't even have to do anything, and it clearly is a case of nerves over here for Imad. He's really not managing to keep hold of the ball. He would love a goal to settle it here, and this surely is it. He has the option of the shot and the simple pass as well. Game over. There you go, 3-1. And finally, you would have to say the result for now in the bag for Northeast United FC, and that was pretty intense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you could see, as you were saying, to Adizima turning on all the tactics. It looked like he might have even gone like extreme ultra attacking or full pressure of some sort, because his defense was way more spread out than it was in the start of the round. But hey, it's something that he had to commit to try and make it happen. But yeah, with that, a nice through ball, and it's over for the side of Hyderabad FC. We'll see, maybe they can get a consolation goal or two here. Especially if Imad keeps playing with our hearts like that.
Oh my god, he's been playing with fire all second half. I'm sure we'll get to speak to him just after the game, so we'll be able to get his take on it. Maybe it was nerves, maybe it was something else. Maybe another consolation goal coming for Adizima over here. Nope, doesn't look like it. He will clear that ball out, and that is the win in the bag. Let's go, says Imad. Big result, and now the pressure of course shifts to DK and to Mufu. If Mufu can just get the win and see it out, that sees Northeast United FC in a very strong position for that top 4 battle.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, when you look at the previous results, it was actually Adizima who got the win. Mufu versus DK was a draw the last time around, so Mufu should be feeling confident. But then again, you did mention that a lot has changed with Mufu since then, where he used to be that completely different player. He is now very much a meta player. Hey, win in game 1 from your teammate is sure to relieve that pressure, and unfortunately the same cannot be said for DK, especially since Hyderabad is languishing right now near the bottom of the table. It seems like the worries just keep piling on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if nothing else, of course, they have to play for pride. They need to try to get themselves above the likes of Odisha FC, who've also been in a horrific run of form. There is Kerala Blasters FC as well, who they can try to overtake. But there are like properly 7 teams in that melee for the top 4. And of course, we did see over here some great play over here. This one as well. Excellent goal for Imad. And then suddenly, I think after this moment, it just felt like there was some kind of a switch that flicked with Imad, where he just decided that he wanted to keep giving the ball away. Yeah. But thankfully for him, eventually no harm done. This was actually a beautifully worked goal. Lovely outside of the foot finish with Neymar as well. One more, said DK, but unfortunately that one would be scored right here by Imad to give Northeast United FC the win.
Yeah, and quite sad, but at the same time, it did feel like there was with that nerves for Imad, for Adizima, it felt like it was a bit of a lack of confidence. Maybe even in the goal, right? It seemed like he was never willing to take that shot. And yes, most times he was making the right decision with the pass. But early in the first half, I feel like a lot of times there where he could have actually clawed it back. And you can see it in the EXG as well. Not many chances taken really by Hyderabad. Even though in terms of like the chances creation, in terms of say something like the passes, it does seem quite close.
Yeah, and I think the telling factor over there is the number of shots taken. Adizima only getting 2 shots away in that entire match. Of course, one resulting in the goal. And there we had Northeast United FC with 8 shots. So pretty good for them. And I do believe we have somebody. Yes, we do have Imad waiting to speak to us, as the voice in my head shouts at me because he was not audible before. But here we go. It is Imad back again. So good run of form for you. Got a bit nervy in the end, just like yesterday. Lots of cheap giveaways in the second half. What was going on?
Yeah, I think this is one thing I have to improve in my game. Keeping it calm. But when you're playing, Adi Zima, like we've had history before. He's come back from a 4-0 defeat one time against me, and yeah, and I knew like he's going to give it to me. The press was intense in the second half, and yeah, he could have scored goals, and it would have been a close game.
About that actually. So we were just talking about how he barely took any shots. I wanted to ask, is that like something of a defensive tactic from your end to try and block off like his shooting channels, or is that something you feel like maybe he was just lacking in terms of confidence?
I don't think he was lacking any in confidence or anything like that. Like I tried my best to defend, and yeah, there were some chances where he could have taken the shot. I feel, but yeah, my players were sat back pretty deep, and I was defending very well.
Yeah, but very good run for you, and Mufu also finding his groove a little bit yesterday. So of course he's going up against DK. You guys can of course now really consolidate your position in the top four. How confident are you? Do you think Mufu can get the win in his next game?
It's going to be a tough game because I feel like Hyderabad are like individually they're brilliant players. They were the underdogs I felt for this tournament, and I too rooted them for a long way. They can still make it up high in the table, and yeah, DK will try his best, and Mufu will also try his best.
That's fair enough. I'm just
All right.
excited to see both of you play in that co-op, and hopefully Mufu can seal it for you guys. You are making that run. So, any thoughts about that? Trying to get in top four, is it adding to the nervousness?
It is, every time we go up, we go back down. So we'll try and maintain the spot we are in right now. Hopefully, if we get this win today.
All right, good
All
luck.
right, brilliant stuff, Imad. We'll chat with you soon, and all the best for the rest of the game.
Thank you, guys.
Well, I think he capped it off very well. Like it's getting quite nervy as we approach the end of our group stages, the round robin stages, and we can see it in the players, but it affects people in both ways. I feel like where on one hand you have players coming out better for it, on one hand you have players maybe feeling it a bit too much.
Yeah, absolutely. But listen, it's all about pressure at this point of the season. You have to, if you can't deal with the pressure, I mean, you shouldn't be at the eISL, and that's what most of the players will tell you as well. And all of them, especially Mufu, of course, is a guy who's had to adapt to that pressure. He's really had to change the way he plays with a bit more restraint now. Can't pick his favorite players. He can't pick the Ronaldinho anymore, despite there being an upgraded icon card. So, well, for him, he's finding form at just the right time. Imad did say that the best of Mufu is still yet to come. And maybe we'll see that today. Maybe we'll see him sort of employ his wrath upon DK, who, of course, has also been in reasonable form himself as we kick off. And DK, of course, had a very, very bad start to the season, as Ankit Gupta famously quoted. He said, "DK ke saath aise hi hota hai," and that
Yeah.
really was the story of the first half of the season. Looked to be getting back on track, but of course, a couple of bad results of late have really slowed down their momentum. But Mufu wasting no time in getting forward over here. He would love an early goal to just settle those nerves and get control of the tie. And it's interesting though. I think Mufu is one of those players who, if he does get an early lead, is probably going to maybe try to revert to type and have a bit of fun, which can potentially be dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. We saw Adizima almost pulling it back in the last matchup, and as you said, DK was at least on an upward streak. And actually, just noticed one of my favorite blue cards there, Kante coming into play. Not something we get to see very often. Like we didn't see it last match, and I don't believe Mufu has it either. So thoughts on that, Azim? Like what are your thoughts about the new Kante card?
Yeah, it's quite interesting. We did see a couple of players use the Kante card yesterday. Also, very, very effective as a card. Pretty good alternative to Gullit, although he's using Kante and Gullit, so maybe looking to be a little bit more solid in midfield. Usually, we have seen Kante paired with De Bruyne. We've seen Kante even paired with Jorginho at times, and I do believe it was Jorginho. I mean, Jorginho was used by Mufu yesterday. So no such plans over here. He has gone back with Gullit and De Bruyne, which seems to be the new meta pairing in midfield. But now getting in behind, or almost getting in behind, and still getting in behind, despite the almost. is DK, but a very, very predictable pass, you'd have to say, over there. And predictable from Mufu as well, gives the ball straight back.
Yeah, the players trying to play just standard and, well, reading into each other so far. So someone's got to think outside the box to make it happen. Now look, Ronaldo Nazario, I believe on a key run, he's not going to go for it. Two players were covering that, so I am glad on that end. But because of that, now all of the defense back in Gullit with a little bit of a Steven Gerrard moment. Thankfully,
Yeah,
not
a
as
little bit of a
impactful.
slip, and Ronaldo having his own moment there as well. So lots of misplaced passes, I think, carrying over from that last game as well. Of course, you want to be getting forward as quickly as possible. You're eager to get that ball forward to your strikers, but of course, you have to make note. Oh, we could see a finesse shot over here. No, decides to sell him the dummy over there. Decides to go into Ronaldo, which I think that was a great opportunity with that new Messi card to have a shot from range. Despite, of course, the long shots have been nerfed a little bit, but we've still seen plenty of those go in. And now, big opportunity if he can find the right people in the box. Of course, Messi in there and
Ooh.
Ronaldo. This surely offside, but well, it's academic because Cancelo. Ooh, cuts it out, and well, after another hairy moment, Hyderabad FC do survive.
Yeah, once again, trying to set themselves up on the push back here. Hyderabad, again, looking for a lot of those manual runs. DK, very standard. We saw it from Adizima as well. But it does seem like it's almost causing him to hesitate a second too late and giving Mufu that extra second to read into what's happening. But Mufu, I am not even sure where that pass was meant to go. But he should be glad it went for a corner.
And a little bit of word of advice coming into his ear from his teammate over there. I think the advice from Imad was just simply saying, "Don't do that again." But DK gets the shot away, and DK के साथ क्या ऐसे ही होता है because it's wide.
Oh boy, I do truly feel bad for DK. But yeah, well composed on that shot. But hey, it is what it is. Fate is cruel. But talking about fate. Oh, it was a beautiful cross.
Oh yeah, that was a great cross. It looked for all the world like Ronaldo was going to wrap his foot around it there for Mofu, but the defensive cards, of course, with that new defensive ability, the new defensive nous, shall we say, that the 99 defense rating gives them, of course, able to smell the danger, and again a very cheap giveaway. So it is really the battle of the possession loss at this point because both teams just really looking at finding ways to lose the ball at this point. DK this time works it well to find Gullit. Has Messi available there. Goes for that finesse shot. This time punched away by Donnarumma. And Hakimi will try to bring it away.
Yeah, and we're getting to see more of that conversation we had in the first game. The choice between keepers has been quite diverse. We see Donnarumma here. I believe it's Donnarumma on both sides, if I'm not mistaken. We'll probably get to see on the other end. But right now, again, a lot of ball control by DK. It does seem like Mufu is mostly just playing on that counter. So it's up to DK to really push his tempo forward and actually turn it into something valuable. But again, random ball loss. I was going to say for DK, but instead Mufu gives it right back and gets quite fortunate to get the throw.
Yeah, and fortunate again to get the throw, almost throwing it back. And has the opportunity to quickly throw it to Gullit, but yeah, of course it's going to be a nervy moment. This is Mufu's also his first tournament, and this is something that Imad mentioned yesterday as well. It is going to take him. I mean, obviously we are more than halfway through the league stages right now, but of course the experience, the ability to deal with pressure does come with experience. And now big opportunity, could have gone for a pass over there, but elected to go for the shot. Defended there by Hyderabad FC. Again, a bit of a high press. So I mean, we've seen opportunities, we've seen chances not really taken. I think both players, you can say, have had one big, decent opportunity score. I think for Mufu, that was the one. And of course, DK with that shot that somehow managed to go wide. And now at the stroke of halftime, I think that's a great looking ball if it makes it all the way. But Marquinhos, always there on the cover. And now I think the keeper will just whack it out. And it is halftime. And Nimad just turning to his teammate and saying, "Don't be me, man. Don't be me. Pass to your own players, not the opposition."
Yeah, I think really it's going to come down to the pep talks that either teammate is able to give to their respective player here and make sure they come out of this halftime looking that much stronger now. I saw smiles from the side of Adi Zima. So I really love the fact that despite all of the trouble going towards their team and all of the bad luck really DK has had to face throughout this tournament, they still have the mentality to stay positive. I think I can appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you have to stay positive in this moment because this is really for them. I think pretty much the last chance if they want to stay in that race for the top four. It's a very slender chance for them right now. Anyway, they have to rely on a lot of other results going their way, but sitting on just I believe 12 points at this moment. I think mathematically they just have well, it's already a 14-point deficit to the top four. So really, they need to be winning pretty much every game from now to the end of the season and hoping that results go their way. Northeast United FC, of course, have the luxury of knowing that teams who are playing above them, of course, will play each other and therefore take points off each other. So they're in a reasonably strong position. If, of course, they win this and get the 3 points, which they will do if they stop giving the ball away, then it could well be settled for them and could take them above Chennai and FC today. But let's not get ahead of ourselves as another giveaway.
Look at this. It really does feel like it's gonna come down to one goal this matchup now, Azim. And at this point, that one goal, I feel like it's gonna come through some sort of weird giveaway, and the player who does end up on the brunt side of it is gonna face a lot of pressure, maybe unbearable. But Mufu trying to make that happen ends up just losing the ball in that crucial moment and setting up now a counter for Hyderabad. Just Messi not able to get there on time, and that's one big thing. The defender is also incredibly fast with the new cards, especially that Hakimi card on the right. It's not what we saw in action right there, but damn, I've seen that card a couple of times in my games, and I just can't get past it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just the regular one to watch Hakimi was quick enough, which is a card that I happen to have. And it's so good that I've literally had to keep remodeling my entire build to accommodate Hakimi into the squad, which is very difficult to do because of course, Moroccan player. So finding another Moroccan player is going to be very difficult. You have to settle for PSG, and on the right wing, the only other player you want there is Messi, who is let's say slightly expensive.
Not just in game, in real life too. But talking about expensive again, it's really coming down to now pitch to pitch, end to end action as both of these players try to set up their goal. It's getting quite nervy for me as well as a spectator, so I can only imagine what they're feeling. You can see just utmost concentration on their faces, but not great on that cutback there. Just ends up giving the ball away, and a beautiful ball roll there from Conte will set up a nice counter here as the option for Messi on the right wing, but covered. So,
yeah, it's thought he may have overextended himself with that sliding tackle. That is something that Mufu is prone to doing. He gets occasionally a little too eager to win that ball back, and that can leave him a man light on defense. Repeatedly spamming that offside trap over there to keep getting that defensive line as high as possible. I'm just like amazed at how these guys manage to do the offside trap and get it right so many times. I mean, I've tried it a few times in some of my Foot Champs games, and it's just gone horrifically wrong. But now Mbappe on the ball again, cannot find that pass through, and really it's fine margins. It's now looking like who's going to make the least mistakes could well decide this game. And again another mistake, another cheap giveaway, in return another giveaway. What's going on here?
It seems like it's almost like the players are like, hey, eISL, we want giveaways, so we're just gonna give the ball away a lot of times to make our point. Guys, it's not gonna work. You gotta score some goals and get the win right here. And I think Mufu trying to go for exactly that. Random driven pass, almost felt like the ball could have bounced off of Ronaldo. But hey, that's why the cards are so good. They have some insane control, and he just managed to get it. But the control is not there with the players themselves. Again, the ball given away, just as I was saying, almost happens.
Yeah, well, the only giveaway that you should be interested in, of course, is the Terra Virtua NFT giveaway. You can just go to terravirtua.io/ISL and sign up and get your free NFT, which is actually worth $19.99. So pretty cool. And that pass could have been worth a goal, but it goes out instead for a throw-in. And war of attrition, you would have to say, that is what this game really has been. Both, except the attrition being done by the teams to themselves, because they've really just been focused on giving the ball away as much as they possibly can. And that's what the discussion is. Just keep the ball for a little bit longer, give it away a little bit later. I think that's really what's the conversation happening there.
Yeah, and Imad being like, bro, giving ball away is okay. But first you have to score goal, then you can give the ball away. It is like just one goal, bro, just one goal. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that's what Imad would be telling him. I think the best way for you to lose possession would be to score a goal, because then the opposition gets possession that way.
Ooh,
So
Gullit
maybe
is
that's
off.
what the pep talk is. But Gullit is off, and it does look like the main man, Lewandowski, has been brought on by Mufu. Worked to devastating effect yesterday, and it does look like he may be going for that cross in this time as well. The crosses were working perfectly yesterday. He decides not to. Now he's got Pele in there. Lovely little turn, and again a terrible decision made when he could have even gone for a shot.
I honestly thought the way Pele even like arched back his leg, that was going to be a shot, and then I just got confused. I'm not sure why he passes there. Could have just been that perfect across the goal shot for a goal. But talking about a goal right now, it is going to be DK looking to set it up. Neymar just getting some sticky feet, not able to get the ball out of his feet. But thankfully his teammates are there to back him up. Still, the ball retrieved for Mufu. He's back on the attack.
Yes, and this is it. I think DK, of course, is attacking. He's throwing as many bodies forward as he can, because 1 point again doesn't do much for Hyderabad FC. They need attacking as much as he can. As we see a little bit of packet loss, it's all happening over here. Even data is being given away. It's all going on. And there we go now. Can Mufu close this out? Can he get the win that he's been searching for? It is the man, Lewandowski. Can he do something about it? He can give the ball away. And now this is it. Last chance. Surely 90 minutes. Just what's going to happen here?
Oh, and it's quite weird because this is a land setup that we're experiencing. Back in loss for Lewandowski.
Oh.
Makes you wonder. I think he's complaining about the timer there, maybe. But it makes you wonder, like, if a faster striker was there in place of Lewandowski, could he have got there? It's all just question marks, because at this point, at the end of it all, I think Imad will be telling Mufu, hey, you know what? It's fine, man. We still have the lead in the series. We'll pull it off in the co-op.
Yeah, I mean, this of course does guarantee Northeast United FC at least 1 point.
Yeah.
And of course, Hyderabad FC now will have to fight it out to get that 1 point, steal that 1 point away from for themselves, and steal 2 points away from Northeast United FC. It's going to be a bit of a tall order to get the win. Of course, Northeast United FC looked pretty good in co-op yesterday, but they've been hit and miss. Usually when they win one, they end up going and losing the next one. And well, you can see some heated discussions happening over there. And wait, what's happening? Oh, it's gone into extra time, has it? That's interesting.
Yeah, that's
Come
also
on, let them
nice.
play. Come on.
I'd like to see a penalty shootout, actually. Because, like, especially with this, the way the penalties work in this FIFA, where the head turns the direction you're aiming. So there's a lot of mind games. And I'd say, I mean, it's still a lot of luck, but lesser luck than it used to be, say, 10 years back in FIFA. So in that regard.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much down to like a 33%. And it does look like we had a few technical glitches in the last 5 minutes. So the voice in my head does tell me that 5 more minutes will be played. So this game is not over. It's going to be 5 minutes to be played. And going for goals straight away. Okay, I think no, just giving possession back to DK. And well, that's one giveaway that was intentional for once in this game. And it's been the giveaway derby, guys. That's what's been happening. And now with DK storming forward with, of course, well, no fresh legs because it is a continuation. And let's see, can he get this shot away? DK is stronger to the box. He has won a penalty. Oh my goodness, it's all happening here. We've seen the last 2 penalties in this tournament saved. Will it be another one? It's Ronaldo against Donnarumma. Oh my goodness, the drama.
Exactly, and I even wanted a penalty shootout, but I'll take a kick instead. But no! He was looking to the left too, so maybe trying to play mind games in that regard. Be like, I'm not going to go where I look, and Mufu is just like, nope, but hold on, Eusebio just came on, he'll still find the goal.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you can see Mufu is really, really frustrated about that. I think maybe the call came from the Hyderabad FC bench saying that, you know what, the last 5 minutes we need to play it again because of the lag. But there you go. I think this is the last play until the ball goes out of play. We will continue on. So Mufu has to make sure now he keeps that ball. Let's see what he can do. This is nail-biting stuff. Of course, now this means that the co-op game is all wide open. The result of that game will decide the result of this match overall. And you can see now Mufu taking his time. He has found Lewandowski in there. Can he get that shot away? No, he can't. And there it is done. Game over. And DK, circumstances, gets that win.
Perhaps some words being exchanged between them. You can see it's certainly heated up, and rightfully so, because I mean, at this point, it feels like the amount of pressure they're feeling is like the pressure in a tin can, like a tin can that has been shut and continuously aerated to keep it safe. DK,
You mean like a can of Coca-Cola, say?
Exactly, like a can of Coca-Cola. And at that point, they need a release. So DK very much getting that release, popping that can wide open, as well as this series for Hyderabad FC. And oh my lord, what an end to that. Mufu is going to be fuming, and I wonder if he can calm himself in time for the co-op, because Adizima and DK are going to be on another high.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Mufu will need to, of course, get his head in the right place. The co-op match now, of course, takes even more importance. If he had held on to the draw, then Northeast United FC would need to just not lose that match. But now, of course, Game 3, the result of Game 3 will be the result of this match overall. So, oh my God, it's a very, very high drama. I mean, let's not lie to ourselves. That wasn't the highest quality FIFA we got to see in that last game. But the last 5 minutes of drama, I think maybe just about made up for it.
It almost reminded me of the United Burnley game that just happened that everyone is memeing
Let's
about.
not talk about that.
Oh boy. So lots of drama, I think, is what we can take away. But at this stage, it makes the co-op so much more spicy, so much more interesting, and we'll have to see really how much of impact it makes on the Northeast United boys and the way they play. Because on one hand, Imad looked like he was in a great run of form, but all four players, maybe not, actually no, all four players seem to be giving the ball away to each other quite a bit. So I think it's just going to come down to that. Now, of course, some concerns being aired, I believe, to the organizing team, and we'll see how this is sorted out.
Yeah, it looks like, oh my God, it's really heating up. And you know, this is what I was talking about early on in the season. You know, all of them being so nice, so polite to each other. Like, you know, hey, GG's, thumbs up, all good, all fine. And then suddenly, I knew it would come to this when it came to the end stages, that we would see some sparks flying. And oh my goodness, it got really, really intense in the end. That was, I think, even the stream is stressed from everything that's happening. You can see the controller being hidden away. Which side am I going to go? It was just so agonizing, and well, from agony to ecstasy in just a matter of seconds, and then conceding end to an eISL game that we've seen in quite a while.
Yeah, sheesh. And then after that, you could see Imad just like, get it done. He pointed to the screen, and just like that, just not happening. And Mufu, oh, I think I actually managed to lip read some of those words. Choice words said in that regard. He's most certainly feeling the anger, but hey, it is what it is at this stage. I think I can understand the Hyderabad FC agenda, you know, in the sense that the packet loss is not something that is supposed to be a part of the game. So those extra 5 minutes given in compensation for that. And that's where I think Mufu, as Imad also said, the lack of experience really coming into play. Because, I mean, at some point when you've played enough of not just this game, most esports, you end up learning that such tech issues do happen and you can get screwed in multiple ways. So you just gotta get your head back on straight and finish the game off, which unfortunately Mufu not able to do. But he still has a chance at redemption with the co-op game.
Yeah, absolutely. He does have a chance, and let's hope that he does manage to take that chance for his sake, and manage to, of course, calm down a little bit. I'm sure it must have been very, very frustrating for him. But there you go, unfortunately. sometimes that is what it is. This is the world of sport, of esports. Sometimes decisions go the other way. Sometimes the VAR gets things wrong. I mean, I don't know who is or what led to that. Maybe somebody was doing some kind of a cheeky download on the side, and that person, I would like to assure you, ladies and gentlemen, will be fired immediately. But no, I'm kidding. Nobody's going to be fired. But yeah, very, very intense game. And now I think just calming things down a little bit in the studio. And you know what? It's exciting to see a few sparks flying here and there, to get players a little riled up. And speaking of getting riled up, you should be riled up and excited by Terra Virtua, of course, who is our digital collectibles partner for the eISL. So you can go and get yourself some interesting trading cards and new Hero ISL merch, which you can check out right here. Pretty cool. And if you are, of course, a part of the NFT ecosystem, you need to head over to terravirtua.io/ISL, and you can, of course, get yourself a free NFT worth $19.99. There you go, almost $20. So yeah, if you're getting something for free, a nice little limited edition V-Flecked piece of art with the customized ISL jersey of your choosing, why not? And in the meanwhile, while we get things sorted out in the studio, let's get you some fun tips on how to improve your FIFA skills with our new FIFA Finesse series.
Hello everyone, I'm Mufaddal Burhani. I play for NorthEast United, the Highlanders. In this video, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks which are very effective and easy to pull off. So आज के episode में we will talk about shooting and finishing. जो पहला शॉट मैं आपको बताऊंगा दैट इज़ फिनिश शॉट. वो कैसे मारते हैं कि R1 और सर्कल को दबा के, जस्ट लाइक दिस. फिनिश शॉट तब काम लगता है जब आपको कर्व करके शॉट मारना हो. फॉर एग्जांपल, जब आपको प्लेयर प्रेस नहीं कर रहा है, देन यू कैन टेक अ फिनिश शॉट. आप फिनिश शॉट ऐसी सिचुएशंस में भी यूज़ कर सकते हो व्हेन यू आर 1-on-1 अगेंस्ट द कीपर एंड यू वांट टू स्कोर इन द फार पोस्ट, जस्ट लाइक दैट. जो मैं आपको दूसरा शॉट बताऊंगा दैट इज़ द चिप शॉट. L1 और सर्कल दबा के ये शॉट मारा जाता, एंड कीपर के ऊपर से आपको बॉल डालना हो तो ये शॉट यूज़ होता है. यहाँ मैं प्लेयर के साथ जा रहा हूँ एंड ये मैंने चिप शॉट मारा तो कीपर के ऊपर से डालता है. ये मैं आपको दूसरी बार चिप शॉट बताता हूँ. यहाँ मैं बॉल ड्रिबल कर रहा हूँ यहाँ, और ये मैंने कीपर के ऊपर से चिप शॉट मारा, तो L1 और सर्कल से चिप शॉट मारा जाता है. जो अगला शॉट मैं आपको बताऊंगा दैट इज़ द लो ड्रिवन शॉट. ये शॉट मारने के लिए आपको L1 R1 दबाना है और शूट बटन दबाना है. L1 R1 आपको होल्ड करना है. तो यहाँ मैं प्लेयर के साथ जा रहा हूँ एंड मैं ये लो ड्रिवन शॉट मारा है ऐसे. एक बार मैं आपको फिर से बताता हूँ. लो ड्रिवन शॉट तब यूज़फुल है जब आप पेनल्टी बॉक्स के अराउंड हो और आप लो ड्रिवन मारोगे तो कीपर एंटिसिपेट नहीं करेगा कि यू वुड गो फॉर अ लो ड्रिवन शॉट, सो इट्स वेरी हार्ड टू सेव. सो आई विल शो इट टू यू अगेन, जस्ट लाइक दिस. जो लास्ट शॉट मैं आपको बताऊंगा दैट इज़ द टाइम शॉट. इससे आपकी शूटिंग एक्यूरेसी और पावर दोनों बढ़ जाती है. ये शॉट मारने के लिए आपको शूट बटन दबाना है और एज सून एज द प्लेयर इज़ अबाउट टू हिट द बॉल आपको फिर से शूट बटन दबाना है. सो थोड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स है बट वंस यू प्रैक्टिस यू विल गेट द हैंग ऑफ इट. मैं ये आपको एक और बार टाइम शॉट बताता हूँ. आई एम गोइंग विद द स्ट्राइकर और ये मैंने शूट बटन दबाया एंड आई प्रेस इट अगेन. सो उससे पावर और एक्यूरेसी दोनों बढ़ जाती है एंड यू विल सी नियर द मार्कर प्लेयर के ऊपर ग्रीन टाइम आएगा. सो दैट शोज दैट यू हैव टाइम द शॉट परफेक्टली. लास्टली मैं आपको मेरा फेवरेट स्किल मूव बताऊंगा दैट इज़ द सोम्ब्रेरो फ्लिक, और बहुत ही कूल मूव है एंड मैंने eISL में भी यूज़ किया है. ये स्किल करने के लिए आपको राइट एनालॉग को प्लेयर के आगे 2 बार फ्लिक करना है और प्लेयर के पीछे 1 बार. मैं आपको करके एक बार बताता हूँ. So this is how you do it. It looks very nice as well. Let's try it again. Hopefully this time I'll score. So ये मैंने flick किया and shoot. At the end आपकी dribbling और passing जितनी भी अच्छी हो, but if you aren't able to finish off your chances, it will mean nothing because goals win you games. If you have enjoyed the video, drop a like and comment, and make sure to watch eISL matches on Nordwind Gaming's Facebook and YouTube channel. Thank you.
Hey, that sombrero flick, something I remember personally. We lost our minds when it happened, so I might definitely try that when I go back to the FIFA later.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I mean, these are some very good tips and tricks for everyone who's just starting out. I think some of the stuff that Mufu covered today, apart from the sombrero flick, was, I think, maybe you could say beginner to intermediate stuff that you need to know. Of course, timed finishing is something that I've still not managed to master, which of course is hugely beneficial. And of course, chips, one of my favorites. If you've ever watched any of my FIFA streams, I'm like Ankit Gupta in that sense कि हर एक match में एक chip तो बनता है. It's just that you have to score at least one chip goal. What do you think? Is there stuff from there that you use? Do you use like low-driven shots and that stuff as well?
Yeah, low-driven shots especially. Like I'm like the Ashwin kind of player. I really like shooting across goal, so I end up actually using those quite a lot because especially when you're playing in the higher divisions, I feel like people start manually controlling the keeper, trying to make saves. So it makes a big difference if you go for those low-driven shots. But yeah, every single time you get an opportunity to get that chip, it instantly results in a rage quit right after. So it's like an instant win too, you know. So if you can get it in, which is easier said than done.
Absolutely. And speaking of rage quits, we're hoping that one of our players has not rage quit right now. I think a little bit of argy-bargy going on, which I'm sure will be sorted out soon enough. And of course, let's not forget that we do have a third game and a very important grudge match now to decide who's going to take away the 3 points from this game. And very excited that things have got a bit spicy right now.
Hey, but till then we've got an interview lined up with the Hyderabad players, so let's see what they have to hear, because I don't think you want to hear what they're saying right now.
Hello, I'm Aditya. I'm 23. I'm from Bhopal and I'm representing Hyderabad FC.
Hi, I'm Darvesh. I'm 22 years old and I'll be representing Hyderabad FC.
मैंने फीफा खेलना छोड़ दिया था. 4 महीने में फीफा बिल्कुल टच नहीं करा था. फिर जैसे ही इतने बड़े टूर्नामेंट की न्यूज़ आई, eISL, जो पहली बार हो रहा है इंडिया में, विद अ बिग प्राइस पूल लाइक 78 लाख, मुझे लगा यार इसमें तो कम्पीट करना पड़ेगा. आई स्टार्टेड प्रैक्टिसिंग एंड लकीली मैं टॉप 22 प्लेयर्स में आ गया. अब यहाँ आ गया हूँ एंड आई गॉट अ प्लेयर लाइक धर्वेश एंड आई होप कि मैं टूर्नामेंट में एटलीस्ट टॉप 4 में आ सकूँ.
And a LAN event after 2 years for FIFA. So I was very excited naturally. तो मेरे को लगा ट्राई करते हैं, and after that I ended up in the top 22 players in the country. So I'm here playing eISL representing Hyderabad FC.
2v2 is a new concept in FIFA competitive this season. But मैं लास्ट 10 साल से खेल रहा हूँ अपने भाई के साथ. एंड थोड़ा इस एक्सपीरियंस की वजह से मुझको मालूम है द गेम विच आर नॉट गोइंग इन आर फेवर, मेरे और धर्वेश के प्ले स्टाइल की वजह से, बिकॉज इट्स टोटली डिफरेंट. मुझको मालूम है थोड़ी बहुत प्रैक्टिस की वजह से हम इम्प्रूव कर लेंगे.
So in 2v2, me and Adi have not had the results we wanted till now, even though we've put out some decent performances. But I believe that is because we've been trying a certain play style which we're going to switch up, and I know we're going to make it work.
The game against Chennai, I feel like we were very unlucky. I was really hoping कि DK will get a result out of it. And हाँ, एक draw लेके आ गया. And then the game against Saransh के against मैं बहुत unlucky था. But Saransh, of course, है इंडिया का one of the best players है. But co-op में आप believe नहीं करेंगे, हम 3-0 हारते हैं and we somehow managed to choke it. But कोई नहीं, हर बार कुछ सीखने मिलता है. अच्छा हुआ इतना जल्दी फर्स्ट गेम में ऐसा हो गया. अब आई नो कि नेक्स्ट गेम में कभी ऐसा नहीं होगा. 3-0 की लीड तो कभी चोक नहीं करने वाले.
I think the favorite 2 teams of the tournament currently are, for me personally, FC Goa. They've been very consistent with their co-op performances. Even when they're not doing very good with solo, they eventually clutch it up in co-op. And the other team is SC East Bengal. They've only played 2 games, but they've absolutely smashed all of their results. and I think these two will be the favorites to win.
डार्क हॉर्सेस आई फील लाइक वो हम हैं. बहुत बड़ी लीग है एंड अभी सिर्फ 5 मैचेस हुए हैं और मुझको मालूम है कि हम इवेंचुअली क्लच अप कर ही लेंगे टॉप 4 में आने के लिए. वी हैव प्लेड ओनली 5 गेम्स एंड कम्पेयर टू अदर टीम्स. कुछ टीमों ने ज़्यादा भी खेला हुआ है एंड आई फील लाइक हमने सारी अच्छी टीमों से खेल लिया है. नॉट अच्छी बट प्रॉब्ली टॉप 2 के अगेंस्ट तो खेल ही लिया है. तो एंड द कोऑप हैड बीन द प्रॉब्लम विद अस एंड आई एम प्रीटी श्योर हम लोग उस पर काम करेंगे एंड जो भी रिजल्ट उसकी वजह से ही आएगी. इवेंचुअली सब लोग कोऑप में ही क्लच कर रहे हैं तो आई फील लाइक हमें भी करना ही पड़ेगा.
I totally agree with Adi. It's just been 5 games and it's a very long league, 15 more matches to go. And I believe if we take one game at a time, we'll clutch it up.
To all the fans who have been supporting us and especially Hyderabad fans, thank you for supporting us and please keep supporting us and I really hope you'll clutch it up.
Hi, my name is Imad Jamil Ahmed. I'm from Bangalore and I'll be representing NorthEast United FC.
Hi, I'm Mufaddal Burhani. I'm from Surat. I'm 18 years old and I'm going to be representing NorthEast United. It was a new opportunity for me because unlike other players, it was my first tournament. I've never played in any tournament before. So I was very excited and I've come here hoping to prove that I can win this thing. When the opportunity came around, I was very excited since it's the first time an event of this magnitude is happening in India. And the FIFA community is thankful to the league and the stakeholders since it's a very big thing for us. When we came to Delhi, we didn't know anything like how's it all gonna go and how's the tournament going to go. So we won our first match and we were very happy about it. But in the second match, we struggled and we had some issues and we'll rectify that and we'll come back stronger.
NorthEast United FC are known for their great defending and we try to put that on the virtual pitch as well. The league know that we have the best defense and they underestimate our attack as well. But they should know that we still have a long way to go and there are loads of games to come ahead.
We are used to 1v1s, but co-op is something very unique in this tournament. And it's hard for us because we've known each other for like 1 week and some players here have known each other for like 3 to 4 years, have played together, but doesn't mean that we can't perform well in co-op. We'll work hard and together I'm sure we can become the best team in co-op as well.
This is not my first LAN event. I've gone to many LAN events in Bangalore. I have the experience and I'm very confident for the next few games. Although for my teammate, it's his first LAN event and I will make sure that I'll help my teammate and guide him for the rest of the matches.
It's my first competitive tournament, but I'm confident I can get through this with the help of my teammate and I'm sure he'll guide me with his past experiences.
All the 11 teams are very strong, but there's one team which is out there that are special, which is Chennai FC. They look strong and seem the best and favorites to win this.
We're definitely the dark horses here, but we are not afraid of any team. Even the best teams out there right now is Chennai, definitely, but we are not afraid of them and I'm very sure people will recognize us once we win the tournament.
My first game was against Mumbai City and I will never forget that match as I scored a screamer with Pele which went on the top right corner.
My favorite moment until now has to be the first match. It was my first LAN tournament and the win helped me calm down. And I'm looking forward to the next matches as I can prove myself. I'd like to take this opportunity to send my gratitude towards friends and family and especially the NorthEast United fans who have been supporting us. I'll make sure we'll not let you down.
Well, welcome back, and it was really enlightening to learn about all of these players. For a few of them, of course, the LAN experience not so new. For a few of them, definitely new. But at this point, a couple of months in, Azim, I think all of them have very much got accustomed to it.
Yeah. I was muted, but now I'm not. But it is very nice to see these guys adapting so well to the LAN environment, especially new guys like Mofu. We've seen him adapting maybe a little bit too much today to the LAN environment. But I think we should have our co-op game ready to go very soon, and it does look like that is the case. I think seats have been swapped, maybe a strategic move. But yeah, this is now, I think, going to be a bit of a grudge match. It's important for all these guys. Emotions, of course, running high. Very, very crucial game for both teams, and both teams, of course, now with a chance of grabbing all 3 points. So very important to stay calm, stay composed, and let's see who comes out on top.
And like, I have this weird feeling that one team is just gonna absolutely obliterate the other in this match, because usually after a ragey game of FIFA, for me personally, either the next game I get smashed or I smash them. It's never a close affair. We'll see though. These are professionals. I am not, so could be very different.
Let's see. It is, well, no smiles on any faces right now. It's all very serious, all very intense. You can see DK chugging a bit of what looks like a protein shake on the side, getting all that protein in before he gets going. Let's assume that it's protein shake.
Maybe
He
some
might just have
Coca-Cola.
got yeah, maybe some Coca-Cola, maybe even just a little fresh lime drink or something like that. Let's see. As we go, we have finally kicked off. It is the decider. Hyderabad FC up against Northeast United FC. Northeast United FC, of course, looking to get level on points with Chennai FC with the same number of games played. But of course, standing in the midst of them is Hyderabad FC, who have clawed themselves back into this from the clutches of defeat in those controversial last 5 minutes of the game between Mufu and DK. And important now for everybody to stay calm, composed. We did see a lot of balls being given away, and now getting into the box straight away with Ronaldo into the top corner. A potential Terra Virtua super moment of the match right there as Hyderabad FC storm into the lead early on.
Yeah, I think a really nice time to finish there as well. Exactly what we saw Mufu explain to us, but done against his team. So quite unfortunate. That momentum factor that we talked about for Hyderabad FC, that DK got for them with that late goal and the victory really coming to fruition here as they pick up a really early goal in this co-op matchup, and now putting a ton of pressure not just into Northeast United FC but specifically Mufu. He's gonna be feeling like, damn it, it wouldn't have mattered if I just been able to hold on to that, and he's gonna look to redeem himself. So I'm certainly gonna hope there's no cheap giveaways. Instead, it's just blistering back-to-back action, because honestly, as a neutral observer, that's the best kind.
Yeah, absolutely. And for a moment over there, I thought Mufu was going forward with his centre half Ruben Diaz, which seemed like a bit of a kamikaze move, but thankfully good sense prevailed and Ruben Diaz is back now to his rightful position at centre half. So it's going to be a bit nervy right now. You can see Northeast United FC playing a very see the kind of through balls they can attack. Huge moment again. A little bit of lag creeping in. So hopefully that doesn't become a factor again. Thankfully, it seems to have all been rectified now. And now looking for that ball in behind, finding Mbappe. Can they create another opportunity?
Certainly looks like they just might. You can see continuously his teammate making the run. I think blue is, no, actually red is Mufu, since the slide tackle was red. And I don't think Imad is going to go for the slide tackles, but we'll find out with the first goal, likely with the celebrations, if they're able to get one even, because right now it just looks like Hyderabad FC are pushing all the way through. The cutback slightly deflected and it will be denied. Instead, now on the counter, hey, it's that Cancelo card you were saying is really good.
Yep, the long legs of Cancelo getting the job done there. And now, again, looking, I think that high line that Northeast United FC are playing is proving to be a bit of a problem now. Getting in again, they're really leaving themselves a bit exposed. And you can see, I think, a little bit of a chatter between the Northeast United FC boys to try and sort things out just a little bit. Ball, will it come in early? No, very good. It seems like Hyderabad FC look completely rejuvenated and reborn after that last minute winner from DK. And now let's see if they have a set piece routine planned. Well, if that was the plan, it was not a very good plan. And now on the counter attack, coming forward with the fullbacks, looking to find, there are big chances to switch that ball to the right flank, but just not enough on it.
Yeah, I feel like a little too early on the pass there. Maybe did not have the right balance on the player, but hey, they get it right back, so not as relevant. Now trying to push forward, it's really going to come down to, I think, Imad to try and create a play, because in the matchup where we saw Mufu versus DK, Mufu only had an EXG of 0.2, so Imad seems like the player on slightly better form who's adapted to these new players slightly more. But they're going to have to work together to make something happen. Because right now, as you said, Hyderabad FC, whatever DK had in that bottle, it seems like he shared it with Adi Zima, because it's certainly gave them like a fresh set of legs.
Yeah, well, but the giveaways continue from both teams, and of course Northeast United FC still early on in the game. It's just 30 minutes played, so they will have their chance. And well, a bit fortuitous over there. Can they now get that ball in? It's worked well to Ronaldo. Will fall to Mbappe. Twisting, turning, Marseille rolling, and gets the time finish all wrong. Oh no!
And I think that confirms it. The head of Imad instantly went down. So the blue is Imad, the red Mufu, and that's how hard time finishing is actually, guys. Though, like even pro players can get it wrong from time to time, and that's why neither Azim or I have truly even come close to perfecting it yet. Hey, it makes me feel good seeing that kind of.
Well, I don't think Imad will feel particularly good. I don't even think he needed to do a time finish there.
Yeah.
Just, I think, a simple smash into the corner would have done the job. But of course, as the pro players, they always just want to make sure, because we do know how good these goalkeepers are. Yes, of course, they've been nerfed quite a bit after the title update. And again, they're committing a midfielder forward, which means that they will be slightly exposed on the counter attack. And getting the central defender out there in Marquinhos. Usually, you want to keep defending in the wide areas with the wide players, but taking a bit of a brave call over there, and it pays off. Again, the pass not quite working out over there. And I think as we approach halftime, first of all, it's important for Northeast United FC to not concede a goal. But secondly, if they go into halftime a goal down, I think take that half to just consolidate, take a breather, get their heads right again. And because we know what they're capable of, they won in their co-op game by 3-0 yesterday. So they should ordinarily be able to score at least the one goal and try to get at least that 1 point.
Yeah, I think a draw at this point might even be a content result for Northeast United FC, but a win is definitely what they're going to be searching for. Now trying to keep the ball, aiming for that 45-minute mark where things do seem to open up just a touch more. Maybe mentally, maybe game-wise, not really sure, but it does happen quite a bit. And coming close to that mark, the pressure is definitely on. And I'm just again noticing it is the Kante coming back for DK's composition instead of Adi Zima's that we saw in the game.
Well, it's a nice looking long pass, and of course the giant head of Gullit in there to get it out. Now, can they work something from this corner? It does look like they're going for a header at this moment. No, changes it away. Messi in there. They'll get a second bite of that cherry again. Will they go for a ball into the box? I wonder. We haven't seen too much success with these headed corners of late, especially after the meta has been changed. Now the ball in towards Ronaldo, but of course easily headed away by Ruben Diaz and cleared out emphatically. And Hyderabad FC go in with a slender 1-0 lead, but Northeast United FC need to get their heads back into the game and try to get that equalizer.
Yeah, and it looks like currently Hyderabad FC and DK are in a perfect spot to bring Northeast United down with them and increase their momentum as well as keep their hopes alive, because as you were saying, they need to win this series to at least mathematically keep the chances of them reaching top 4 alive. And given the way the series was going and is going right now, I think they might still believe in just the math. Like, yeah, we don't care. We're just going to focus on wins and try to make it happen. But hey, talking about focus, a lot of giveaways in the last half. We'll see if teams are able to switch that up. Oh, actually, about switching it up, Jorginho on for Kante. So slightly more attacking setup here maybe from Hyderabad.
Yeah, I think looking for more passing ability on the ball. Quite interesting well, actually, it's interesting to know why they would have gone for that, because Kante, I'm sure, would give you a little bit more defensive solidity. But yeah, of course. Oh, hang on. They're waltzing through the defense over here, but getting away with it. And now looking for that counter attack, looking for the ball in behind. They do manage to spot the run. And now it's about making that right pass. He saw the run from Ronaldo over there. Couldn't quite pick him out. And will be a throw in.
Or maybe it's just a case of Adi Simia being like, one half your player, one half my player. That's the deal. I do wonder though if Kante would have been more suited when they had the lead. But hey, I always like seeing some more attacking gameplay. And talking about that, it's just that for Northeast United FC. But the ball gets stuck in between the feet of, I believe that was De Bruyne.
Yeah. Was De Bruyne. I think he was going for that little chop back over there and trying to put it onto De Bruyne's left foot. but did not work out. A very poor giveaway over there, and this is really the kind of passes they have to avoid because it can immediately, particularly in midfield, give the initiative. And there you go. Surely has to be a goal now, and there you go. A terrible giveaway in midfield, and Hyderabad FC now looking like favorites to get all 3 points. Northeast United FC, if they're going to get anything from this, they need to start scoring like yesterday.
Yeah, and maybe even bring the Lewandowski on. He did give them a lot of maneuverability in the box yesterday, and it does seem like they are lacking that right now. And it is quite concerning that they made no changes even, especially considering that the Jorginho has come on for Hyderabad. Maybe try and attack the midfield a little bit more, but instead, seems like they're stuck in their head. But hey, talking about attacking, Ronaldo retrieves the ball, and suddenly you can see they're on the attack, but Imad giving the ball away right there. A bit of a yikes.
Yeah, I think it's just, I think a little bit of annoyance, a little bit of frustration. But again, there you go, a ball given away by Hyderabad FC as well. Could have slid that ball into Messi. Now the ball does eventually arrive to him. And again, I think slightly over ambitious with that pass. And now, again, on the counter attack, it will be Hyderabad FC coming forward. Lots of bodies in there. And I wonder now if they're going to start slowing the game down, which I'm sure will frustrate Mufu and Northeast United FC even more.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna feel like they're ready to pop at any moment, but what they gotta do is pop off because they need a goal at any rate and try to make this match at least a little bit more interesting. But right now, the only thing that's happening is continuously Hyderabad FC dominating in terms of creating chances, because where Northeast United try to get close, it just doesn't happen. And a lot of awkward moments, like surprisingly so even, Azim. We don't get to see so many.
Yeah, and Hyderabad FC, of course, do need to be careful because they've been 3 goals up in a co-op game against Chennai FC and thrown that away. And now, Messi in, if he's onside, it's a huge moment, and it is the goal. It is 1 goal back for Northeast United FC, and suddenly it's all back in the balance.
And it's Mufu who's scoring the goal. I like the celebration too. Feels quite appropriate for everything that's happened throughout this series. Just try to clear out his head maybe and get Northeast back in the game. It's almost like fate, Azim. Just as you said that Hyderabad has lost this sort of a lead before. We saw in the interview, Adi Seema were like, we're never going to lose a 3-goal lead. Well, a bit of a yikes here because all they had was a 2-goal lead. He never said anything about a 2-goal lead. So, scary.
Yeah. Yeah, and the nerves are definitely going to be jangling over here. I thought he may just have been offside, but there, Mufu taking his time, not rushing the shot, and there you go, the fist bump. And I think that goal will help them with their confidence a little bit. You can see the stress on the face of Imad. Always seems to be very stressed out. He roams around, of course, with his Rubik's Cube. We're quite surprised. We haven't seen that, yes. And maybe the annoyance is because Mufu has brought on Lewandowski again. Could he be the game changer 2 days in a row for Northeast United FC? It's all really heating up over here, and Hyderabad FC, you know they're going to be nervous.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think Hyderabad FC are going to be feeling the pressure. But again, the mentality we talked about seems quite positive in their boot camp. Seems quite stressed in the Northeast United boys. And to be fair, I can understand, right? Because for the Northeast United boys, it's not necessarily a far throw to try and get to top 4. It's almost like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you don't want to slip and stumble when you can see that. But for Hyderabad FC, they have nothing to lose. If they get wins, they still have a chance. If they don't, it's over. So it does feel like they're playing with much less pressure as compared to Northeast United, and it's working out. But hey, 20 more minutes left to go. Messi on for Ronaldo. Vinicius Jr. Ooh, I like that one. That's some pace.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to be a bit careful about Vinicius Jr. as Afnan learned yesterday that he subbed off Messi for Vinicius Jr. and got into a glorious scoring position with Vinny Jr. on that left foot. But unfortunately, the 3-star left foot just smashed that shot completely off target. And almost a huge moment over there and almost a huge moment here as well with Marquinhos just getting back. And now, of course, the pressure is going to be on Hyderabad FC. But again, Northeast United FC cannot keep giving the ball away like that.
Yeah, I assume here Hyderabad thought they'd have to play on the counter. Instead, Northeast just giving them the ball. Not really being forced to play under pressure. But hey, they are able to retrieve it. And now on the attack, haven't really got to see that Lewandowski in action just yet. Well, maybe we'll get to see some of that. Hold on. Someone saw Marquinhos. Okay, they did.
Yeah, I think they'll be looking. It's going to be difficult though because they're going to have to get their fullbacks forward. That's sort of what they did yesterday, getting the fullbacks forward into crossing positions to get those crosses, those long balls into Lewandowski. Of course, I mean, he doesn't give you the same pace as a Pele or an Mbappe, but of course, it's 93 pace, so nothing to scoff at on that card. And now, looks like it could be a decent opportunity if they can find a pass, and they do. It's 81 minutes now on the clock. So, there is a pause queued as well, so maybe they want to change something around, but of course, with them having possession, they can't do too much about it. Now, very nice, calm ball roll over there. And NorthEast United FC winning that ball back again. Could this be the moment? It is. Ronaldo played in and still stays on the ball. It's crossed in towards Pele. Surely needs to find a pass. Takes the shot instead. Now it's Lewandowski. Is he onside? Yes, he is. Continues on. Pele takes the shot. Saved by Donnarumma. Has to be in. Saved by Donnarumma again.
And it has everything, this matchup, from the tech issues to the almost fighting between the teams, to now a last minute pushback from NorthEast United FC. That time shot from Imad, beautifully timed on Pele, almost went in. Donnarumma stretching his tall body. Not got one, but got both of those saves, and you can see the stress on the faces of these players, but they've still got plenty of chances with 4 minutes left and a corner. Have Lewandowski in the box, so could actually just go for the straight up corner.
Yeah, no, decide to go short over here. Now with De Bruyne. Perfect opportunity to cross. Lewandowski in.
What?
And oh my goodness, it's deflected in. It's deflected in. And it is the goal for NorthEast United FC. And no pauses remaining for any players.
What? Oh my god. It's almost like it's scripted, guys. And I promise you it's not. Because we couldn't write this. We could not write this. And the deflection, you can see the keeper is just... I have brain farted at that moment. I'm not sure what happened. Donnarumma was like, all of my energy and steam went into the last two saves. Now defenders, you do your job, and well, they couldn't against the tall, hefty man that is Lewandowski. And 2-2 back on the scorecard. And boy, oh boy. Let's see. Maybe Vinicius Jr. can produce a moment of joy for Hyderabad.
Oh, another cheap giveaway in midfield. And could they be made to pay for it again? They had the initiative back, but now Hyderabad FC, can they steal the win over here? They're in a good position inside the box. Falls to Messi, falls to Ronaldo. Will they take the shot? Twisting and turning, and the ball roll scoop, and it falls to Mbappe and is defended. And surely you have to clear it out now. And that is the game. Oh my goodness me.
Wow.
What an encounter we have seen today. That is absolutely phenomenal. And you can see Mufu just walking away, because if that goal had been allowed to stand, or rather if that goal had not been allowed to stand for DK, NorthEast United FC would have all 3 points at this moment.
Yeah. NorthEast United definitely not happy with the way the entire series went, but considering they were 2-0 down till the 65-70 minute mark, they will most definitely be content. And you can see, like you were saying, yeah, they might be fighting during the game, heat of the moment things happen, but after the game, it's just back to the camaraderie. But you can see the disappointment on DK's face, knows how close they came, and it's almost like it's cursed, DK. It's just cursed.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't believe. Actually, having watched the replay, I don't even think that that header took a deflection. I think the Donnarumma just had a brain freeze and just expected, oh my god, it's Lewandowski. This header must have like some 100 power on it. And it just trickled over him. You could say, in a sense, maybe slightly poetic justice overall after I think NorthEast United FC will feel a little aggrieved to have not got a point, or rather not got the draw from the game between Mufu and DK. But yeah, then Hyderabad FC a little aggrieved to have conceded that goal. So it's like the old saying goes, if nobody is happy, then everyone is happy.
I mean, we certainly are happy. And talking about being happy, you could see, again, so many awkward moments throughout this game. And it is quite eye-opening for me because going into our next match, we're going to see some of the players at the top of the table. So we're seeing the high intensity for these players trying to make it to the top 4 and how they're handling the pressure. Now I want to see how that narrative carries over, because damn, every single goal, every single moment, you can see how much it means to them. And I'm glad at least we've got this platform. They get to feel these emotions, they get to play the sport and truly be the best versions of themselves. So albeit today might not have been the peak performance, it was an absolutely thrilling performance.
Oh yeah, an absolute thriller today, and of course we'll get to see look at the reactions when that final goal went in. So many chances over here. You can see the finesse shot from Pele going in over there, saved by Donnarumma, follow-up saved as well, and then in the 87th minute, this cross in from De Bruyne, and it just trickled past the keeper. I have no idea how that happened.
Yeah, this was just like, okay, keep. Yeah, he just decided to save air. I guess, I'm not sure. And you can see, oh, they still wanted that one more, and that's how much that match means to them. They wanted to win very much, and Aditya was just like, yeah, whatever. Trying to hold on,
Yeah,
they got the
and,
draw at least.
Yeah, you can see, I think the stats just about favoring, or quite favoring Northeast United FC over there with their XG of 2.8 as opposed to Hyderabad's 1. So they did create a lot again, limiting Hyderabad FC to just those 2 shots. And of course, that one glaring miss that Imad could not get the time finished on. So was a difficult game for them. But anyway, I think 2-2, overall a draw. I think probably after everything that has passed in this last hour and a half or so, probably the fairest result. Let's take a quick look at the scorecard. It is, of course, the points being shared 1-1, 1-3 for Adizima and Imad. Imad getting the win there. A controversial 1-0 for DK against Mufu, and then a pulsating 2-2 to finish up in co-op.
Yeah, and boy, it was a thriller. Imad started us off, making it feel like he and his team are just going to end it off real quick in the individual games, but DK gave a heck of a fight. What we thought was a 0-0 ended up being a 1-0 because of a crucial penalty, and it wasn't even the penalty that went in. It just sort of, I feel like it stirred the pot. You know, it created an extra bit of emotions and caused that chaos that allowed the goal. But after 2-0, the fact that they ended up getting come back on, I think this is going to hurt their morale, at least to a certain extent. After that 3-0 against Chennai, now they're going to think about the 2-0 versus Northeast United.
Yeah, well, now they'll be thinking about 1-0. Can we hold on to 1-goal leads? Is that something
Only
that
score
we can
one
do?
goal.
Yeah. But it will be interesting to see what impact this does have on the leaderboard as well. As soon as we have that up, I'm sure we will have all the details being speedily updated by production as the details come in. But whew, what a pulsating game! And let's find out now who the hero of the match is. Wonder who it could be. I get the feeling it might be Imad. There we go. Yes, 3 goals scored in his solo game, and one of the 2 goals in co-op.
Yeah, and he's going to be very upset that he couldn't finish that missed time shot off. Maybe might have meant they got the win, but he's going to be happy at the end of the day. After all of the drama that happened, he gets the hero of the match, gets the draw for his team, and of course, a victory would have pushed them even more closer to that top 4, but at this point, I think a point very much deserved for them, and they'll be happy with it and just look to compose themselves in the future. But Imad himself, what a streak of form he's been on his team, just settled in beautifully to all of these new players that have come into the meta.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's one of the players who's really adapted very, very well. We've seen him, Ashwin, Ankit Gupta, all these guys sort of do quite well with the new meta. Then, of course, there have been guys like Shubham, for whom it's just not really happened at all. Adi Zima, you could say to an extent as well. And played his individual game to perfection. I think got it right. There were a lot of cheap giveaways in the second half. And I mean, in fairness, there was a lot of cheap giveaways in the entire second game before that drama at the end. And of course, this clutch header, which I think he just pressed the shoot button and then, well, that happened.
Yeah, I think he also kind of missed time. I don't think it was a perfectly timed header, so even better. But hey, let's have a look at the Terrawa shot moment of the match. I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was probably between this and the penalty madness at the end of game 2. But yeah, this was of course the decisive moment, the one that meant the points would be shared between the 2 teams. And also a super moment because at least there was, I mean, there was some acrimony attached to at least the game physics, but yeah, you could see what it meant to them. And Mufu, he wanted one more. And there you have a look at the VFLECT robot on the side, which you can also get your hands on by heading over to terravirtua.io/ISL, which looks quite nice in that red Northeast United FC jersey.
Yeah, I believe they can even pick a jersey of their choice, right? So it makes it even that much better. But let's have a look at the leaderboard, see how this has affected our standings. 1 point for both of these teams, and Northeast United FC find them in that fourth spot, unseating FC Goa. FC Goa do have 2 matches in the bag over them, so not so much of a gap, especially considering points are equal. It's just the goal difference, I think, which has caused Northeast United to go up.
Yeah, just slightly superior. And oh my god, I cannot wait now for that encounter between Northeast United FC and FC Goa. It's going to be an absolute firecracker. Absolute 6-pointer. And speaking of firecrackers, there's some amazing NFT content available from Terra Virtua, which you can check out and have a preview of right here.
Some lovely goals and some exciting cards. If it's something you want, make sure you head on over to that Terra Virtua website. But it's not the end of the day today, Azim. We've got another match lined up. So, of course, first, a big thank you to the eISL, powered by Coca-Cola, with Hero as our associate sponsor, Nordwin Gaming as our esports partner, PlayStation as our platform partner, and Terra Virtua as our digital collectibles partner. But with that, we're going to go ahead and take a short break and be right back with the top of the table matchup that's surely to be just as exciting.